can teach you how to get paid, how to get by, and how to get fly. I can teach you how to get cake, if not the whole thing, at least a little slice. Honestly, I'm an immaculate anomaly. I'm an organic organism, ain't no ordinary organs in them. I can't afford any synonymy. That's why my flow is like a cinnamon tsunami with the lemongrass. Ooh, ooh. Let me know what you wanna do. If you wanna build, I'm Bobby. If not, then kick it in the lobby. I got a lot to do. Ooh, I'ma watch what you gonna do. If you gonna build, I'm Bobby. If not, then chuck a deuce.
It's week 8 of the NFL, and we're going to look here at Derrick Henry. There's a lot to like from his showing last week. Well over 100 yards and a pair of scores. It's the Vikings and the Jags on Monday Night Prime Time.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags. As we get a peek at their dynamic signal caller hailing from Mississippi State, it's Dak Prescott.
And how about the toughness of Dak Prescott? We see it all the time on the field. And remember when he had that serious ankle injury, would he return to form? Boy, did he ever. And he was better than ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific resilience, playing at a high level, capable of winning a championship with his arm and his legs.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Prescott. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And the Jaguars send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. This will be fielded at the 17.
And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back.
And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive.
And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And what a performance in his last game. Couple touchdown passes. That was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Second down, they go again with Henry.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Again, it's Henry. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. They'll try the air now with Herbert.
That's going to be caught downfield by Lazard.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 33. That one goes for 24 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Running from the gun with Henry.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Derrick Henry.
Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Jaguars nothing. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Lockett the man in motion.
A fake on the jet sweep and a give to Dobbins. And this will be a Jaguars 1st down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
1st down, Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Yeah, look at this defense for the Vikings.
We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
2nd quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Here's Prescott. And a throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And you see the last drive, great chunk of yardage, the touchdown on 5 carries. And offensively, everything just looked in sync, didn't it?
It did, and the reason that it was in sync is because it's a combination of play calling, game plan, offensive line marrying up with all of their blocks. But don't forget the receivers out on the perimeter. Any type of a long run, the receivers have had a hand in that because they've occupied people downfield. And, of course, give the big credit to the man with the football. Great vision, good movement, gets to the end zone.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
53 yards on the ground for him so far. But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually.
Derrick Henry all alone. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 33 and a first. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Henry.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
And between the last two plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
First down carry for Henry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's Herbert to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
Herbert changing things up. Henry.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. They snap it to Herbert. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. An incompletion there on 4th and goal from the 3. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
This is 2nd and 8.
Back near his goal line, it's Prescott. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards, first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Prescott looks to throw on first.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted.
And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
He was defended by Patrick Peterson.
Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Trying to punch it in with Henry. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And now an audible here into something else.
They'll give Henry another shot. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Derrick Henry with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A first down throw for Prescott.
That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Final play of the half, Prescott.
He'll go up top here for Hamler.
And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
So here are the Vikings to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now, beginning this drive 1st and 10.
Home trip right. 21.
Second half begins with a run by Henry. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
130 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard.
Hey, Ray. 5-9.
And And the busy night for Henry continues.
And this will be a Vikings first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
A shotgun handoff to Henry.
Taken down at the 42.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On second down, here's Henry.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. First target, first catch, and a first down.
The Vikings first down.
Inside handoff, Henry. Past the 20.
And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds.
It's a big run there by Henry. 41 yards on the ground. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. Derrick Henry with his third touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season.
And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And it is now 21-0. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was finished off on the touchdown reception by Derrick Henry.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2.
Go to 54, go to 54, wide in.
On first and 10, Prescott. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Looking to throw, Prescott. Got his man, it's Williams. Calling a gain of a yard, and it's second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw here taken in by Gesicki.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
And some room to roam now. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
45 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
The Jaguars first down.
A quick throw out to Lockett.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends. Back now in Jacksonville. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Hey, chill. 47.
Now this is going to be a quarterback draw.
4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. That is caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Tyler Lockett. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Jags are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. He has a chance to hit that often elusive 200-yard mark on this drive.
And most of the time during a game, people aren't keeping track of individual statistics.
Are you sure?
Well, a lot of the runners kind of know. But I'll guarantee you, someone has sent word into the offensive line that he's got a chance to get over 200 on this drive. That should give them a little extra motivation because they love it when backs break that barrier.
Absolutely. We'll see if he can do it. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
21. Ray.
Again, it's Henry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Henry up the middle. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 26. A very solid gain of 27. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. running from the gun with Henry. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Henry. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Here's 3rd and 10.
A give to Henry. And he'll be well short of a 1st down as he's stopped again right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Prescott's throw complete there to Bateman.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Play action now, Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. So the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
And a sight that's becoming familiar in this season. They remain undefeated, another win under their belt.
And they did it the way that they really want to. Taking a knee at the end of the game. That means you have the ball, you're in control, you dictate the final part of this ball game, and they did exactly that.
And the clock rolls down to 0. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film,